Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in today's video, I want to highlight 7 new Steam games that are coming out this week. A lot of interesting titles dropping this week. While I wouldn't say that there is that one heavy hitter that everybody has their attention on, there are definitely variety in the game release and a lot of titles that look really, really good. Some games going in early access, some games that are free-to-play titles, some games that just look really good. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Want to kick things off with Spirit of the North. Now, this game looks fantastic from a visual standpoint. Some people are naturally drawing comparisons to a game like Okami. However, actually looking at it from a presentation standpoint and a visual standpoint, it is quite different. The game itself, however, is a single-player third-person adventure game inspired by the breathtaking and mysterious landscapes of Iceland. Play as an ordinary red fox whose story becomes entwined with the guardian of the northern lights, a female spirit fox. The game naturally looks like it's going to be a little bit of a shorter experience. However, it still looks very good. It's unique in the sense that it has no dialogue or narrative. Players must breathe in their surroundings to solve various puzzles and speculate the meaning of a lost ancient civilization. Visually, it looks gorgeous. Gameplay looks pretty good as well, and definitely a title I would have my eyes on. I believe it will be releasing at $19.99. So relatively good price point, but definitely one to add to your wish list. Alright, next up, we have Darklight, a game that is dropping May 8th, and it will be headed into early access. Darklight is a sci-fi 2D action platformer, Metroidvania, Souls-like inspired game. Explore apocalyptic cyberpunk world full of supernatural beings, encounter and defeat creatures of darkness which are invisible to the naked eye, detected only with the light source of the drone. As a Dark Hunter, you were dropped into a wrecked world. To survive, you need to equip yourself, fight through your way, collecting shards from killing supernatural creatures to reinforce your energy. Through surviving, you will explore the mysterious dark zones of the apocalyptic world. Gameplay definitely looks very flashy. It looks very, very enjoyable. I dig Metroidvania titles, and yes, we've been seeing a lot of them, but this one doesn't have that old school visual style either, which a lot of the Metroidvania games do employ. So from a presentation standpoint, at least on that end, it is a little bit different. It is headed into early access, so it's a game that is no doubtably going to evolve over time. But so far, what I've seen, I'm definitely liking it. Alright, next up, this game's actually been getting quite a bit of attention, and it's out tomorrow in early access. Population Zero. Population Zero has some pretty interesting gameplay mechanics, and it has you survive on Kepler, a race against time, make the most of the remaining 168 hours, or get turned into an unworldly being by the sphere. Complete quests to help NPCs explore the diverse landscape, survive wildlife and other players, uncover Kepler's mysteries, and your mission's true goal. Now, this is an online, massively multiplayer title, so let's hope when it drops in early access, it does have a server that is working relatively well. The game notes, your ship was destroyed with no chance of returning to Earth. You face an unknown frontier. There are 168 hours left until human extinction. Repair the reactor and restart your hibernation pod to save yourself. Fail and become a creature of nightmares. Unite with a fellow colonist or destroy them all. You can go PvE, you can go PvP. It's perfect for newcomers as well as hardcore survivalists. Play in PvE modes and explore the planet without fear of losing your hard-earned gear in an uphill battle against seasoned veterans. Having studied the rules of survival on Kepler, dive into the competitive game mode to show off your combat skills, then up your game by joining a hardcore PvP session with only a single life. Learn, adapt, and slay your rivals. The game seemingly has quite a bit of depth to it. I do imagine it's going to be relatively difficult to run. The recommended requirements note an i7, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1060 6GB, so we'll see how the final game shakes out, but this one is due out tomorrow. Next up, here's another game that looks quite good, headed into early access, and that is Arboreum. Begin your journey in this dark fantasy roguelite as a warrior, a Jotun, descend into the ever-changing Durnar and uncover the mysteries of your tribe. Use a variety of symbiotic weapons to fight enemies and mutate to become even stronger, the Steam page notes. Now, this is going to be a roguelike RPG, and it looks pretty good from a visual standpoint, and once again, gameplay looks incredibly fast-paced. Definitely has some grotesque monsters and beings in this title as well. You'll explore a procedurally generated world, dungeons, and other areas, use a range of symbiotic weapons and biomutation, choose from a multitude of upgrades, meet the unusual denizens of the refuge, and face unique enemies and bosses. It's real-time dynamic combat that'll definitely be a little bit challenging considering it's touting that Souls-like style of gameplay. Game itself looks quite good, and you play as a pretty interesting creature yourself, a Yotun, a warrior, so definitely one to keep on your radar, and it is due out on May 7th. Next up, a free-to-play title, An Enemy on Board. Enemy on Board is a multiplayer 4v2 social deception game where 6 crew members try and figure out who among them are actually murderous, shape-shifting aliens, detect, deceive, and destroy your way to victory. But remember, trust no one. That's a pretty cool premise for a game. It notes, the crew's goal is to figure out who the disguised aliens are, hunt them down, and kill them, where aliens aim to deceive and destroy the crew. Both crew and aliens must keep the Andromeda in good repair by fixing generators throughout the round. Last team standing wins. Each character in the game has their own powerful and unique abilities, from teleportation portals to radar satellites. Level them up and discover different attack combos as you compete to be the best. Build up your own set of playable perks through a deep progression system that can be paired with various items and weapons on the ship to help you survive. Pretty interesting from a gameplay standpoint. It is a free-to-play title, and it will be going into early access on May 8th. Next up, we have a brand new indie RPG in Celestian Tales Realms Beyond. Now, this one, from a visual standpoint, definitely up my alley. It takes an old school look, but also does it in a hand-drawn turn-based RPG, and it just looks fantastic. If you're a fan of old school JRPG visuals, I think this is going to be one that's going to be right up your alley. It's noted to be a beautifully hand-painted RPG set in a world of questionable morals, much like our own. Follow the journey of 6 companions, knights sworn to serve and protect the heir of a noble house as they rise and fall in their struggle to survive a world where one's true enemies are often their closest allies. It's a new entry into the realm of Celestian Tales. Haven't played the previous games, no problem, although the characters and settings will be familiar. 9 years have passed in the story, and this game stands on its own as its own adventure, so you can try it out that way. In a quest to stay by your liege, malicious intrigues and conflicting moral principles may stretch your trust in others. A story of the natures of humanity in a world also inhabited by elves, fairies, and giants. Opposing points of view clash with no clear rights or wrongs, and you make your choice where it counts. Again, you got a beautiful hand-drawn world in here as well, and if you're a fan of RPGs, definitely one to keep on your radar. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to another free-to-play title in Shop Titans. Shop Titans is the ultimate RPG shopkeeper simulation. Craft powerful equipment, stock your shop, and sell to aspiring heroes at a markup. Hire heroes and explore dungeons to gather valuable materials to craft with. There's never a dull moment in the world of Shop Titans. Looks pretty interesting from a gameplay standpoint. We've seen games implement this style of play. There was a game called Moonlighter that had a shopkeeping element to its game while also being a dungeon crawler. Shop Titans, being a free-to-play, wanted to give this a shout as well. Definitely has more of a cartoony look that might not be for everyone, but as a free-to-play game, rather interesting, and I did want to give that a mention as it will be out on May 5th on Steam. It was initially released on other platforms back in June of last year. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, while I wouldn't say that this week has a heavy hitter release that everybody is completely aware about, there are games like Spirit of the North, Darklight, Population Zero, Celestian Tales that I am rather interested in, and I think you guys should be as well. If nothing else, games to add to your wish list, so when a Steam sale does roll around, you'll be ready and you'll have some games that you can at least think about picking up. That's going to wrap up this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.